What'd you think of that intro? Old Man Ronin here. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we're going into the unknown today. It doesn't really mean the garage, but it could be, because maybe you guys haven't been seeing what I've got going on in the garage in a while. Let's turn the light on here first. We've got M's bike here, which if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've already seen the trials and tribulations, because we had to literally rewire the entire front end of the bike from the handlebars through the headlight. And that means rewire, put new switches in. Man, it was a disaster. Had to redo all the Molex connectors and everything else and resolder all connections, because what we had before was somebody that actually just twisted the wires together when they put the handlebars on. Not a thing to do. We also have the Softail Deluxe getting ready to have some work done on it. I'm going to replace right now the bushings in here. Not that there's anything wrong with them, I just like to do that every so often because I want some nice and tight. But the main reason I wanted to do this little part is because of the handlebars that we put on the Toad Glide. Now these are the drag style bars, one piece. I wanted to see like a mock-up to see how it was going to be, and this is the way it's going to sort of look, which gives me a kind of a downward slope angle. However, what I'm going to do for sure to get more downward slope is put 4 inches over in the forks, and I'm going to lower the shocks a little bit in the back, and I'm getting rid of the 2-up seat. And everybody that follows me on Instagram and has heard me talk before, get rid of this hideous ducktail and put a rounded, smaller style fender on it as well too. But that's not for this video, that's for a future video. Today we're going on unknown roads, places we've never been to before with the Royal Enfield Himalayan, in particular gravel and dirt roads. So stay tuned, it's going to be a blast. Well, I wanted to get a little ways away from the house before I turned the camera on, and you can see here in my phone, maybe you can, I'm not sure or not, but I'm using my GoPro app to turn on the lower perspective that we're seeing right now, and I thought that'd be kind of cool. Now, this road I have been on, but it's going to lead me to places I haven't, so I think it'll be kind of fun. And like I said, it'll be kind of interesting to watch this front end go on as it is as well, too. So it's going to be a blast, but basically what I wanted to do today was to take the bike out and run her, get a few more miles on it, tell you about some upcoming mods and what's going on with the channel as well too. We are going to be doing some really cool moto camping here. Actually, I said before, I've got a few of them filmed already, but I may do a compilation. I haven't decided yet, or I may just do I may just wait and just keep those in a file for later and just show you some newer ones, because we've got a lot more green going on now, and it's a lot prettier in the woods today than it was 2 to 3 weeks ago, and it's a lot warmer. That's probably the biggest thing, that it's a lot warmer. Man, I'm really enjoying that camera angle down there. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you can see that front wheel just bouncing up and down when I hit these rocks. So it should tell you the smoothness of the suspension, because my top camera isn't jumping around like the bottom one is. So, but anyway, like I said, I wanted to give you a little hint of a fresh perspective on that side angle with the front tire. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know. What do you think? Hey, put it down in the comments. What do you think of that front angle look? So let's see where we're going to go here. We're going up this hill and nobody coming, which is good. And this road can be quite rough. I have been on this one, and I think what we'll do is we'll change the perspective and stand up with the visual helmet cam. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. This place has got a lot of potholes in it, and rough Ohio winters. It looks like they did a little bit of work here to it, so it's smoothed out quite a bit. When are you gonna know? First time I say something, and that's what happens. No, it's all good. But I got a kick out of the last video that I actually did. This one, I'm filming this today, and you will see this tomorrow. And I really appreciate that. What everybody's been doing for me as far as the subscribers. We're over 6,500 subscribers now, and that's just amazing to me. We're growing like cats and dogs. Well, I don't know how fast cats and dogs grow, but you know what I'm saying. We're growing pretty good, and that makes me extremely happy. And like I said, the video where I changed my mind on the Royal Enfield Himalayan has been getting tremendous amount of positive views, and that really, really is exciting to me. Because it's true. I mean, there was some hesitation that I had on some of the things, and I mentioned it in the first video there about my first impressions, and that's what it was about. It was a redux on the first impressions. But it's really this bike is so special to me that you have no idea. Now I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to get to ride other Royal Enfields. I am trying. Guys, I get requests almost every day. You need to try this. You need to try that. And I really do need to try them. The problem I have is I only have 2 days off a week. And those 2 days I'm filled with filming and also with work around the farm. And you know, we're in construction of a chicken coop, which, you know, this is a motorcycle shop channel. I'm not going to show you me building a chicken coop. And then I've got my food truck. And the days that I have off are the days that the dealership that's an hour and a half away are closed. And now I can go maybe like on a Saturday, possibly in the morning, and test ride a bike. But the problem I'm facing is I don't want to do a test ride, because that doesn't tell me anything. Yes, this is a motorcycle. Ta-da! I can ride it. Ta-da! It's not going to give me the chance to give a first impressions. And what I'm trying to work on is to have access to other Royal Enfields beyond just getting on it and riding it around the block, because that doesn't do anything for me. Even when I buy a motorcycle, the only thing that I'll test on a test ride when I'm buying a motorcycle is if it stops, and if it starts, and if the engine runs, and if it doesn't vibrate. Those are the only things I really look at. After that, I can do anything else to it. I'll fix it myself. But if it starts, it stops, it doesn't vibrate as far as, you know, like front end wobble, and that's pretty much all that I'm looking for. Everything else, so a test ride for me to get on a, let's say a BS6, a 2021 BS6, or a Continental, or a get out of the way, Bolter, or a Interceptor, or even a new Meteor, which I'm dying to ride as well too. That's not going to be anything that I'm, what's that? That's a road. That's not going to be anything that I'm really going to be interested in riding. Is let's go down that road, because I've never been there before. We'll travel through this little cemetery here real quick. But that's something I'm really not going to be interested in, is just to do a test ride, because that tells me absolutely nothing. Yes, the motor, and especially a brand new one, they're going to ride. You know what I mean? They are going to ride, and I'm sure that the dealership or whoever you're going to get it off of will tell you that you know it's a great bike, it's a great bike, and I know that. I mean, I know all Royal Enfields are great bikes right now. The difference that I'm trying to make is I want a long-term test ride, because that's what's going to give me my first impressions. And then a review, we all know. I mean, if you've been watching this channel more than 10 minutes, you'll know that I don't do reviews. I do unless I have 1,000 miles on them. Now here we got a nice gravel. They got this one chip and sealed now, but I've never been on this road, so we'll see how she goes. Maybe get some pretty views. But I don't do reviews unless I have 1,000 miles on it. It's a pet peeve of mine of motorcycle channel. Here we go. This is more like it. Motorcycle channels that do reviews when they have just a test ride on it and say, well, this is what this bicycle's, or this bicycle, this is what this motorcycle's capable of doing. Well, you don't know that. You've been on it for 5 minutes. So the reality of it is I wait till I get 1,000 miles, and I'll tell you. Now again, I don't talk bad about any motorcycle. If I don't like something, I just won't say anything. But if I like something, I've mentioned it in videos before, that I'll repeat it over and over and over and over again. Man, this is a cool road. It's really slippery though, and I mean slippery by the gravel is just shaking the bike all over. Again, you've got to let the motorcycle go where it wants to go on gravel. Yeah, it'll want to stand up. You know, the old physics on it behind it is anything over 8 miles an hour, she'll try to stand up. You can see me, I'm wiggling all over maybe you can't. I don't know if you can in that front camera or not, but this gravel is really loose. So that's one thing that you need to be aware of is when you go on a road like this, and I know I jumped off of my conversation I was having there, but this is critically important. When you go on a road like this, it's critical not to drive faster than your abilities. In other words, if you're used to driving 30 miles an hour on a road like this, that's great, that's fantastic, but most people aren't. And we're going to turn to the right here, I think. Yeah, and it's a gravel going up a hill. We'll see what happens here. That looks like this is going to be another gravel road. Yes, awesome. You know, the power of this motorcycle in low RPM is, it just amazes me. Just amazes me. But this is a little bit more, they're using a different type of gravel on this one. This is a little bit easier riding, if you know what I mean. I hope you guys are enjoying this view. I'm going to be talking over it. I'll have some of my helmet cam in there, part of it too, but most of it's going to be, wow, what a nice hill this is. And again, I've been jumping back and forth because I'm going to say things will come to my mind right away. And coming down a hill like this is where your engine braking on the Himalayan really shines, because you've got gravel, but you got a little chip and seal going on too, but you want that engine to slow you down as opposed to hitting the brakes, because this bike does not have ABS, and I know a lot of guys don't like ABS, and so when you turn off your ABS, it'll be just like what my bike is, and use engine braking as opposed to hitting your brakes. I have virtually no experience whatsoever on ABS. I've never had a bike that had it. I've had cars. My wife's Jeep has ABS, but yeah, we don't count that. Let's see where we're going to go here. We're going to go straight because it's going to be the same type of road, more gravelly. And it's pretty country out here. Wow. I'll tell you, look how green it is compared to what it was just a couple videos ago. And like I said, that's not been very long. Don't you just love the spring? Everything comes alive, and that's kind of the thing that I enjoy most of all. Now, what was I talking about? Let's do a rewind. Oh yeah, I was mentioning about on the gravel, letting the bike go where it wants to go. And the reason why I say it that way is the physics of the gyroscopic effect means when a tire or an object is spinning really fast, it wants to maintain a certain position. And in that position, it's going to, on a motorcycle in particular, it's going to want to stand up straight. That's why when you can let your hand off the wheel, it's going to keep going straight, because it wants to follow its direction. If you were going over 8 or under 8 miles an hour, it may go off to the side. And so, but that's and I know I don't recommend anybody taking their hands off the wheel. I didn't say that, because you know, I get crap using one hand a lot of times. But I've been used to riding like this my whole life. You know, I can ride in gravel. If it gets a little squirrely, I grab onto that handlebars pretty daggone quick. Don't you let me fool you. But roads like this, man, it's beautiful back here, isn't it? Wow, look at this old, it's not an old house. Well, maybe it is an old house, they sided it, but that is beautiful. I'll tell you what, our part of Ohio has some of the most beautiful scenery in it. That you know, it's not the big mountains of the Rockies or the higher mountains of the Appalachians itself, but the rolling hills here in this part of Ohio, to me, just, well, it's home to me. I grew up in hill country up in northeast Ohio, which is still part of the foothills of the Appalachians, but down here it's a little bit, you've got more where the flat comes into the hill country where it starts. And if you ever get a map of Ohio, anything west of Columbus is poopy. Just teasing. It's just flat, and that's not my, I'm a hillbilly, so I like the rolling hills. But anything east of Columbus and southeast of Columbus is nice, and northeast of Columbus is nice and hilly, and that's beautiful. Even just straight north of Columbus, up near the Mansfield area, there's quite a bit of hill country. In fact, you guys remember that waterfall I did in a video last one, I think. That video there, that waterfall was in north of Columbus, outside of Mount Vernon, Ohio, which is northeast of Columbus, about an hour or so. Well, we got off of that main drag there and got back on another back road, and what we're going to do here is we're going to you know, continue on our Himalayan adventure. I mean, one of the coolest things about this motorcycle is you can literally go anywhere with it. You know, I'm going to use that hashtag that they use all the time,
hashtag all roads no roads, because that really does apply. Oh, this is a cute little town. What is this? Perryton. Interesting. 2nd Street doesn't go anywhere. That'd be the shortest video. Oh man, nope, that's not a place either. What's this one? That could have been. Well, we're going to do a turnaround because I like the looks of that road better. So we're going to use this, guys, and we'll see what happens. And we're going to turn right, see where we go. Again, another road I've never been on before. I don't know how gravelly and or pavey it is, but we shall find out. And I found another good gravel road the way it looks. All right. Oh, that's a beautiful house up there. You know, you don't see much anymore, but I used to do it all the time at my old place at home, is turn the soil over fully like that. They do a lot of no-till here, but yeah, this road is nice. It's got a good covering of loose gravel on it. I'll bring it back up to my helmet here to give you a little perspective and see how the shimmy shimmy shake shake's going on with the handlebars. But then again, that's what you get on a gravel road. And then we'll go back to the other perspective. One thing we're really blessed with here in my part of Ohio is, if you do like to ride gravel roads, we've got more than enough. Like I say, not all of them I know. In fact, 99% of them I don't know. Back home I did. Let's see, which way do we want to go? Let's go straight. I was going to go, maybe we'll come back and go that way. But let's go straight. But yeah, there's ton of off-roading style, not off-road, it's a road, but there's lots of adventures you can have with the Himalayan in this part of Ohio that you're not going to get you know, in the big cities and things like that, or you have to travel a long way. I mean, I'm literally only about 5 miles, nah, not, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe like 8 or 9 miles from my house, and we have the rocks and the beautiful scenery. A lot of small little off-road adventures you can take to these little oil places. Oh, we got a truck coming. Oh, no, he's sitting there. So everything okay?
Oh yeah.
Good. Got you, man. You never know when you could lend a hand to somebody. I've always found that that's the best way to be, but that's the country boy way. Well, I don't know what that was, but that looked pretty cool. I don't know if I'll go back to it or not. Oh, we went to chip and seal out of gravel. Well, you can't have everything. Beautiful. I'll tell you what I hope you guys have scenery like this where you live. If you don't, I come to Ohio, man. There's some beautiful roads, and again, you're gonna get I mean, this is why the Himalayan is such a great bike to me, is because I can travel in places like this without any thought. Let's say I'm riding on a trip and I decide to go down a road, and all of a sudden it goes from paved to chip and seal to gravel like this. On the Himalayan, no issues. Well, we came on to another road, and with that, I think it's time to end the video. I hope you enjoyed this kind. It was a little bit different. I know, it was one of those things that I thought, we're just going to go into places I've never been before and have a great conversation and show you some really cool scenery. If you did like it, give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button, share and comment. You know I read all the comments and comment on as many as I possibly can. Until next time, everybody, ride safe and keep her on two wheels, baby.